I'm Chris Jakimick, and I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Throughout my military career, I spent the bulk of my career out in Las Vegas. It was the first job I had as I was protecting some sensitive resources out there at Nellis. I would deploy to Kuwait early on in my military career with a larger weaponry system to support Operation Southern Watch. And then from 2003 to 2006, I was part of the emerging drone mission for the United States Air Force and Department of Defense. We were fighting the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan from our backyard. You'd be in war for 12 hours of your shift, and then you'd drive home to your apartment here in Nevada. So psychologically, it was very odd. Like, you felt you were in the combat zone every day because you were seeing it on the screens and it was that important, but I don't know what it did to the human psyche at the time. Some things would kind of happen in my personal life after that would change a lot. When Adam joined the Marine Corps, it was a natural fit. Anybody who joins the military, especially after 9/11 happened, you're looking for that purpose. I think that's why he made the choice. It's like, let me go be a Marine. He was in between Fallujah and Ramadi during the heaviest parts of the fighting of the Iraq conflict. I mean, you hear guys like Jocko and everything talk about like the triangle of death. My brother was dead set in the middle of the triangle of death with a Marine unit. I think it changed him. Like, you look at everything across history, you read any of the books out there, war changes anybody that's been involved with it. Trauma or mass events like that changes anybody, and it really changed my brother. And I get that call. I get the text actually from my stepmom. I was like, you need to call me as soon as possible. Something's wrong with Adam. All right. Didn't think anything of it. And I'm about to pull off the highway to go celebrate and have some pizza with my classmates. And she's like, Adam's dead. Adam's dead. He had died by suicide that day. 25th of July, 2017. And it changed my world forever.
I think that was the first time I saw or heard someone broken through the phone. There was a time where I was concerned that he wasn't going to make it. There were times I thought, we're going to have to camp out outside of his house, or we might get that phone call. Are we ready for that phone call?
I couldn't catch a break. A fellow first sergeant I served with, he had died by suicide. On the day of my buddy's funeral, I'm going through social media, and I see this, what appears to be a manifesto from one of my old airmen. My first thought was like, today's not going to be a good day. And sadly, my hunch was right. He had killed his own family and taken his own life on the day of my buddy's funeral. It was just compounding trauma after trauma after trauma. I cracked. I fell hard with alcohol. That was rock bottom. I first heard about Mission 22 just by like surfing the internet and looking on there and seeing some of the programs that they had available. I was like, something seems right about this. To be in a program like the R&R program with them and the innovative things that they're putting together, I have not seen in any other veteran nonprofit. It's putting all this stuff together to heal in the most effective way possible. They're making you do a lot of the hard work through reading, through audiobooks, through physical fitness, through nutrition, open discussion, critical thinking, neuroplasticity and cognitive feedback to where you're developing the brain more. It's given me a chance to regain my life. Cycling's been a big part of my recovery. Is around the time I retired, a little over a year ago, I set forth, was like, let me set this goal to ride 2,020 miles in 2020 for another veteran nonprofit that supports Gold Star families and those lost either to accident or to suicide. Every time I got on that bike, I was like, you know what? There's a name, there's a dash that I'm gonna honor today. Not the dates on the gravestone. Is like, I'm gonna honor that life. So it gave me purpose. And it just became like a release for me to where the pedals would spin and I would get out of my head for a little bit. physically I was starting to feel better. I could see the improvements, and I've tracked my data over the past year, and it's phenomenal on the growth that I've had on a bike.
He's just on a mission and is relentless about it. You know, every day he pushes it. From, you know, the loss of his brother and a number of different trauma that he had gone through in his life, it was absolutely critical for him to find something that he could sink his teeth into. I think he's taken the ball and run with it with Mission 22, especially the R&R, the recovery and resilience part. I think it makes him stronger in the person that he is today.
I don't know why I fell on the bike. It was just like, okay, it called to me, and then I kept going. So you know that scene from Forrest Gump where he just starts running one day and it ends up in Monument Valley in Utah? He's like, I'm tired, I think I'll go home now. I'm not tired yet. I'm not ready to throw the towel in like Forrest Gump did. I'm getting on that bike and I'm keeping on going because there's something about it. There's something about just getting out in nature, having that breeze in your face and seeing some of the beautiful landscape here in Las Vegas where it takes you away from the stressors and the challenges of the world for a little bit. And you can just appreciate the beauty that is out there and be in the moment. And then it got serious because the Air Force enrolled me in the Air Force Wounded Warrior program and it got transformed into Lo and Behold training. If I do this well, maybe I can go represent the Air Force. Maybe my grief and everything in my entire story can come to fruition because I can put the energy into something positive. If I made the team, I'd just be overwhelmed with emotion. I suffered a lot of my trauma because of my military service, but at the end, it's like, I gotta be grateful that I'm allowed to compete in this because there are others who didn't make it home or lost the war at home that's what it's about.
Oh my gosh, everybody! I am so excited. My heart's pumping, my hands are sweaty. Please welcome our very own director of the Air Force Wounded Warrior Program, Colonel Rich Obert. Over to you, sir.
Welcome, warriors and athletes. Today we're going to announce the 2021 Air Force Team for Warrior Games. The selection was difficult as there were many hardworking and deserving individuals, and the work and dedication was apparent by all. I know the suspense is killing you, so I'll turn it back over to Marcia. Good luck to each of you. Back to you, Marcia.
All right, thank you, sir.
Starting us out from Air Education and Training Command, Major Daniel, Lieutenant Dan Cariña.
Yes, yes, yes. Air Combat Command, out of Texas, Master Sergeant Nicole Nikki Favuza.
From Valdosta, Georgia, Technical Sergeant retired Antonio Del Vecchio.
From East Liberty, Ohio, Airman retired Pete Murphy.
Technical Sergeant retired Margie Hinkle.
And coming up next, former pole vaulter, that is very similar to Blaze Bilardi, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada, Master Sergeant retired Chris Jacksonek.
Warrior Games competitor back on the team, Staff Sergeant retired Joseph Alex Pate.
Whew.
What? He did
All right.
big things back in the day. He's gonna do big things. Coming to you from St. Henry.
Wow. We look at Mission 22 and we see all the shirts, we see all the flags out there. I don't think enough of the people understand how big the programs actually are and how that is actually in there. And like, I'm a benefactor from the donations of these private donors that are there to allow me to live life, to improve life for not only myself, but for friends, for fellow veterans, for my children, for my girlfriend, for my family, is to be that, to say, you know what? We can keep going at the end of the day. We can keep going, no matter how hard it gets. No matter how difficult life becomes, we can keep going.
We have this value in the Air Force, this belief, a wingman concept. We're going to take care of each other. We've got each other. And there gives us hope, right? And so if you have been knocked down, I say this a lot, by the baseball bat of life, right? You're on the ground. If you know that someone's got you, it's got your six, no matter what, that's going to help you get back up again. And that's part of Mission 22, I think, for him. That connection, that human connection, that's what's going to save us. Yeah, that's what saved him. He can be a light in darkness. No matter how dark that spiral is, to know that someone got back up again and navigated their way out, that they can get through it too, that they are not alone. Not for one moment of one day. That's what he could be. He could be a beacon of light.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday night. That means we're back with Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. This week we are at Lucas Oil. It is week 9. We're going to start off the night with the 350A Modifieds. We'll get the cars off the track, get the show underway. As always, Clayton is with me in the booth tonight. Clayton, welcome. You ready to get this show started?
Yes, sir. I sure am. We got a pretty good looking car count right now. I think we're going to have a pretty good night tonight. Lucas Oil usually puts on some really good racing, so I'm looking forward to it.
All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track, please. All right, drivers, welcome to week 9. This is A&J Landscaping 358 Modifieds on Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. Go over a couple of quick rules. If you finish in a podium position and you don't show up for the video or the photo or the interview, you'll get an EOL next week. 2 cautions in any race is a DQ. Intentional contact, never acceptable. You will get a suspension. The length of the suspension depends on the severity of the intentional contact. We do have a protest process. If we miss something throughout the race you think we should have caught, please send me a message in Discord and we will review that. While riding, although it may not be an issue here, is never acceptable. Call-outs on social media, race comms, you name it, not acceptable. We ask that you take some time to cool down before you broadcast or put a message out that's derogatory to another driver or the staff. It will lead in a suspension for sure. Cars blinking. First time you'll get a warning. Second time EOL. Third time you'll be asked to park it for the night. Incident points count against your overall points for the night. So whatever points, if you get 75 points, you have 10 incident points, you got 65 for the night. Keep that in mind. Slow down. Once the caution comes out, the field is frozen. You are not going to improve your position on the track. So we ask you get off the throttle. Don't try to race to the flag. You're only going to ruin your car or someone else's. Restarts are on the leader. That's been working real well. Congratulations on that to all the drivers. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Now would be the time. All right, fellas, none heard. Getting ready for Tightline Apparel qualifying. Good luck. As you heard, we are getting ready for qualifying. Tonight's qualifying quick time award brought to you by Tightlines Apparel. Have a passion for the great outdoors and fishing? Tightlines Apparel has all your fishing apparel needs for the whole family, from women's to men's and youth sizes. Family owned and operated, Tightlines Apparel has a passion for the outdoors, and everything is custom made to order, from tees to hoodies. Tightlines Apparel is your one-stop shop for all your fishing apparel needs. Act now and use code SIMRACERSHIP for free shipping on your order. That's SIMRACERSHIP for free shipping. Be sure to give them a like and follow on Facebook and Instagram, and get the whole family set up with Tightlines Apparel. Keep it tight with Tightlines Apparel. Following along with the 115, that is Cale Smith, the CTM driver, out on track. See how Cale does here. His mom's Tally is out there in the audience, ma'am. Thank you for tuning in, as you do most weeks. Anthony Marvulio, the 238, the car out of New Hampshire, out on track. 7th quick, 15.544. Cale Smith takes that 115 to the top of the board with a 15.307 for the 115, the driver out of South Dakota. Following along with Samuel Bachman. Brandon Templeton in the 31 car up to P2, 15.321. Clay Christopherson, the 213 of Michael Vitale, 15.316. That moves him into second on the board. Coming off of turn 4, can he improve? Can he knock Cale Smith a little bit slower on his second lap? 15 car Michael Carter is 7th quick. Joseph Grandy in the 518, 14th quick with a 15.412. Gavin Chatham shutting the 24 down with a 15.409. Randy Shreves in the 56, 8th quick, 15.387 for Randy Shreves. Jason Hines, the driver out of Canada, 12th quick, 15.406. We're getting through qualifying pretty quick here, Clayton.
Yeah, absolutely. One guy very, very comfortable here is the 213 of Michael Vitale. We saw him number 1 in practice. Currently sitting, looks like he'll be gridding up, starting on the pole for the second heat race. So Michael's definitely found some speed in that 213. He's got a lot of heavy hitters around him, though. Cale Smith's one of the best here in the league, so he's hopefully Michael can keep it up front for his heat race, see what he can do in the feature. Jordan LaFawn with a surprise top 5. I guess I'm so used to that, seeing that number 11 all the way at the top of the leaderboard. Jordan LaFawn a little slower than normal, but nonetheless still fast as always. But yeah, we got Michael Carter sitting in 8th. That's a little bit of a shocker too. Used to seeing him P1 and everything when it comes to a modified. So Michael Carter's still looking for some speed so far. But yeah, everything else looks per usual. A couple people faster, a couple people falling off a little bit, but we're about to find out what they got coming into Heat 1.
Cale Smith and Clay Christopherson on the front row. Chris Cox, Randy Shreves in row 2. Grant Wesley, Reed Sanders in 3. Brandon Wright and Paul Thompson in row number 4. All right, leader, you know the drill. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Start is on the leader. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Top 4 heading directly to the feature. Congratulations to that 115 of Cale Smith with the Tight Lines Apparel Quick Time Award. 8 laps to get it done. Good luck. See, we got Grandma Pete out there. The 11 car is not in heat number 1, but Jordan will be coming out here before too long, ma'am. As always, thanks for tuning in. Looks like the 115 tonight's got a fan club out there. Got a message here on the board. His dad, little brother's out there. Cale Smith to the front of the board. He's got Clay Christopherson working that bottom side in the 51. Cale Smith now opens up a bit of a lead. The 515 of Chris Cox is in P3. Grant Wesley side by side with the 56 of Randy Shreves. Brandon Wright, Reed Sanders in a new paint scheme in that 4 machine. Paul Thompson in the 337 rounds out your field. 115, top of the board, and quickest last time by. Cale Smith picking up right where CTM usually is. Let's look at the points here. Cale Smith is 9th in the points after last week, so he's down in the points a little bit. Could use a good points run here on week 9 of 12. Now Chris Cox pulling up to the rear bumper of that 51 of Christopherson. On lap 5 of 8. 2 and 3, a little quicker last time by Clayton than Cale Smith.
Yeah, I'm having a little bit of microphone issues right now, Joe. I'm trying to resolve it, but I do apologize. I will hopefully have this fixed in here in a minute or two.
No worries. Randy Shreves battling it out with the 88, Evansville, Indiana driver. That is Grant Wesley. Up front, it's about to get crowded at the front. We got 2 laps to go. Coming to the white flag. Thought about 3 wide. Off of 4. Decided better of it. The 115 of Cale Smith's going to protect the bottom. Clay Christopherson in the 51. He's looking for the bottom. Cale Smith, 2 more corners to navigate. 51 to his rear bumper. They come off nose to tail. Cale Smith, Christopherson, Cox, Shreves, Grant Wesley, your top 5 in heat number 1. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Michael Vitale, Jordan LaFawn on the front row of heat number 2. Michael Carter on the inside of Justin Sick in row 2. Jason Haynes and James Ingram in 3. Anthony Marfulio rounds out your field of 7 drivers. All right, leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Start is on leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Everyone heading to the feature tonight. Race hard, race clean. Put on a great show. Good luck. So you got some heavy hitters here at the front of the field. Michael Vitale is always a tough customer in a 358 modified for sure. He is a prior Air Force member, so I'd like to thank him for his service to our nation. He's got Indiana's Jordan LaFawn to his outside, and we're underway. Michael Carter in the 15. Dad Randy has been tuning in here lately. Randy Carter Painting out in Virginia. Sir, thank you for tuning in. Greatly appreciated. 11 car to the rear bumper. Jordan LaFawn goes off the high side there. Michael Vitale, Michael Carter, Justin Sick, Jason Haynes. As the caution comes out, we will take a look at what happened here. Looks like Jordan LaFawn involved. Sounds like it's going to be 238 of Anthony Marfulio. He was running in 6th position behind the 11 car. Doesn't get it woed up, slides up into the back of the 11 of Jordan LaFawn. So LaFawn not having the night that he wanted to have start off here. Michael Vitale at the front of the field on lap, you guessed it, 2 of 8. We will go back to green here momentarily. Vitale, Carter, Sick, Haynes, your top 4. Again, if you're out there tuning in, greatly appreciated. The drivers love to have that. Without fans, none of this is even worthwhile. So greatly appreciate everyone tuning in. As always, Michael Carter will take us to the green flag. Michael Vitale will take us to the green flag. Got Michael Carter to his outside. Vitale at the line. 15 car goes up high, right on the edge of the marbles. 213 stays down low. We're going to have a drag race. Down low goes Carter. Slide job coming. Crossover from the 213 of Vitale. It is Vitale at the line. We're a 2x2 up front. We got a battle for P3. Justin Sick in the 015 down low. The 66 of Jason Haynes to his outside. Jordan LaFawn has battled back. He's on the rear bumper of the 66. Up front, Michael Vitale. The Michaels going at it. Vitale and Carter. 213 of Vitale in P1. Michael Carter in P2. Let's go on board and take a peek at what it looks like from Michael Carter as he's running just a little bit higher than that 213. going to try a crossover. He gets a great run off the top side. Tries to cross over the 213. It was a drag race. Still Vitali at the line with 2 to go. Vitali, Carter, Marv Julio, and the caution came back out. I did not see who the caution was for. We're getting lined up and getting ready to go once again.
Okay, I should be fixed now. Am I coming through okay?
Yep, got you loud and clear.
Awesome.
So, Michael Vitali at the front of the field. We will extend it. Green, white, checkered coming up. 213, 15, 238. 238 of Anthony Marv Julio fought back. He's in P3. Caution must have had something to do with the 11 car since Jordan LaFawn is at the back of the field.
Yeah, he got in a little too hot behind the 66 of Jason Haynes there on that last green flag run and just turned him a little bit. Jason not able to save it, caused a little bit of more commotion behind him. So that is the outcome of the penalty there.
Back under the green flag, Michael Vitali at the front of the field in the 213. 15 of Michael Carter in P2. Marv Julio, he's good on the bottom. Anywhere we go. 238 stayed down on the bottom. Vitali up front, holding off the 15 of Michael Carter.
Gotta
2
protect
more
the bottom
corners
here.
to get it done. He does not protect the bottom. Gets a good run off the high side of 4. Vitali, Carter, Marv Julio, Sick, Haynes, your top 5.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised.
Heat 3 to the grid. Heat 3 to the grid, please. Brandon Templeton, Donald Ingram on the front row. Joseph Grandy, Samuel Bachman in row 2. Gavin Chatham, Jake Henry in 3. Caden Barry rounds out your field of 7 drivers. All right, leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Start is on the leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the feature. Race hard, race clean. Good luck.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised there. I saw Michael protect the bottom in 1 and 2. And then it looked like he was able to hold off that 15 of Michael Carter, and going into 3 and 4, I definitely expected him to go down low again. Thought maybe Michael would be able to get a run, but that 213 looks mighty, mighty strong right now.
Yeah, there is a real good line around this track. If you run low in 1 and 2 and middle in 3 and 4 early, my opinion is that is the quick way around. Outside of the 31 is the 10 car Georgia driver Donald Ingram, prior Navy member. Like to thank him for his service to our country. Also, I missed the 115 of Cale Smith, also prior Navy. Green flag comes out. 31 of Brandon Templeton, driver out of Corning, Iowa, to the point. To 518 of Grandy. On the bottom side of the 10, Grandy will make the pass. Oh, contact. Everyone is able to get through. We go 3 wide down the front stretch. Brandon Templeton at the point. Bachman outside of the 24 car of Chatham. They settled that. That is close racing. You got the 171 of Jake Henry out there in the, yikes, the Gears Unlimited 171 machine. Caden Barry in the 12 car. He's moved up 1. He's in the back of the field trying to work his way to the front. Brandon Templeton at the front of the field. He does go high in 1 and 2. Well, I guess not high, kind of middle. That's where the traction is still. We got a battle back here. These guys are wanting to go 3 wide. Bachman, Henry, Barry, and Chatham. Gavin Chatham moves to the back of the field in that 24 machine. Meanwhile, up front, Brandon Templeton in P1. Joseph Grandy, P2. Donald Ingram has settled out that 10 car in P3. Samuel Bachman dives the James Bond 007 ride down low, trying to get underneath Henry. Now the 12 car will do the same. The youngster out of New Hampshire, Caden Barry. Caden Barry fan club out there once again. Gail, welcome to the show, ma'am. Brandon Templeton at the front of the field. Joseph Grandy in P2. We got 1 to go. Both of those cars running a similar line. I don't see anyone. I guess the 007 is the first car. Templeton stays up high. Grandy takes a peek down low. Templeton off of 4. Templeton, Grandy, Ingram, and Henry. Your top 4. Two minutes of warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turned into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. That just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting ready for our first feature of the night. 25 laps in the 358 Modifieds. Again, tonight's race brought to you by A&J Landscaping. Feature to the grid, please. See if we can pull up the grid here. Cale Smith, Michael Vitale on the front row. Templeton, Christopherson in row 2. Carter Grandy in 3. Cox Marvulio in 4. Ingram, Shreves in 5. 6, Henry in 6. Grant Wesley, Jason Haynes in 7, Bachman Wright in 8, LaFawn Chatham in 9, Sanders Ingram in 10, Caden Berry and Paul Thompson round out your field of 22 drivers. All right, leader, same story. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck. Please, everybody else, once you get the one to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Start is on the leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. You got 25 laps to get it done. Race hard. Race clean. Put on a great show. Good luck. So who do you got, Clayton?
I don't want to be biased, but I really want to see him get one. He's been consistent here in the recent weeks. He's been getting comfortable in late models. He's really getting fast all around. I'm going Michael Vitale in the 213, my teammate. How about yourself?
I got to go with my teammate in that 31 car. The Dirt Track Bank got your 6 Racing Network ride to the front. So here we go. We're getting ready to battle it out for 25 laps. It will be the 115 of Cale Smith that brings us to the green flag. Cale Smith is off. He's got Vitale to his outside. Good start by Smith. Vitale falls in line. Brandon Templeton in the 31 dives down low. He's going to give the bottom a look. As the caution comes out, Caden Berry involved. Let's take a look. 12 car behind the 4 of Reed Sanders. A youngster out of New Hampshire feeling under the weather, just gets hit by the 40 and turns him. That won't make it feel much better there at home, especially when the driver is not feeling well. Cale Smith, Vitale, Templeton, Christopherson, your top 4. Of course, we will line them back up since that happened on the first lap. Your points leader is Michael Carter. Michael Carter is currently running P5 in the 15. Second in the points is Caden Berry in that 12 car. We saw him at the back of the field. The 88 car of Grant Wesley is in 3rd. Clay Christopherson 4th, and Chris Cox round out your top 5 in season points. This is week 9 of 12. Pace truck is off, leaving the field to Cale Smith. Getting ready to go green. Takes the long, slow crawl down the backstretch. .115 is off. We are back underway. Cale Smith, good restart. Michael Vitale goes with him in the 213. And Clay Christopherson on the high side. 15 car drifts up wide. Gets into the 518 a little bit. No caution comes out. We got a pile of cars back here. That's the 66 and the 88 battling it out. Jordan LaFawn and the 11 cars back there. The 007 of Samuel Bachman is back in the back. Up front, it's easy going. Back here, they are digging for every spot they can get. 10 car. That is Ingram. 56 of Randy Shreves to his outside. 15 of Justin Sick is back there. These drivers trying to get to the front. And it is close quarters in the back. Up front, Cale Smith getting it done. He's got the 213 of Michael Vitale right on his rear bumper. Vitale has been on a roll, as Clayton mentioned. Looking, running about a half car lower than Cale Smith. What do you think about the line, Clayton?
I think it's good strategy. You know, you're not quite in the slick, but you're also not running where everybody else is running. Everybody else running the cushion right now, kind of beating it away. Michael's got that right rear down about half a lane, like you mentioned, getting some traction that hasn't quite been been burnt out already. Michael's kind of making it work right now, keeping Cale Smith only 0.2 of a second ahead of him. See Clay Christopherson drop down a little bit too. Clay might be seeing what the 213 is doing just in front of him, but man, these it's hard to just look up front. I mean, there are race cars everywhere right now. Really tight quarter racing, 2 wide, 3 wide. We got slide jobs going on in the back, and these guys have really stepped it up the last couple weeks.
Jordan LaFawn moves up 366. I did not see what happened. 66 of Jason Haynes. And that collects the 11 car of Jordan LaFawn and the 015 of Justin Sick. So we're going to have to see what happened to the 66 car here. I didn't see him on my board yet. There he is. That is the green car right below. He's got the wheels turned. Looks like the 10 checked up. The 015 comes into picture. The 10 checks up for the 171. 66 gets in back of the 10 car. Justin Sick and Jordan LaFawn. Cale Smith holding it down. 10 laps. He is on the front of the field. We are not even halfway yet, so anyone can come from anywhere in the grid and still win the race. Pace truck is off. See that 15 of Michael Carter back there. I wonder if he's just biding his time, as with Chris Cox in the 515. Waiting for some of the laps to click by. Cale Smith, good restart. Slides up in front of the 213 of Michael Vitale. Christopherson down low. 15 Carter, he runs the middle. Right to the rear bumper of the 51, slides to the outside, makes contact with the 518. Randy Shreves down low. Jake Henry in the 171 still back there digging. 66 of Jason Haynes. The 88, that is Grant Wesley in the back, driver out of Evansville, Indiana on the high side. Not used to seeing the 88 that far back. He's battling it out with Samuel Bachman in the 007. Caden Berry back there with the 22, taking a peek underneath. Reed Sanders in the Fireball number 4 ride is battling it out. Gavin Chatham on his low side in the 24. Paul Thompson in the 337. The 11 of Jordan LaFawn and the 015 of Justin Sick. I don't know if those two will get nose to tail and try to work their way back through the field. Maybe some handling issues on that 015 of Sick, as he has not been able to go anywhere since the restart. Lap 16 of 25. Cale Smith has led them all. Let's take you trackside so you can see what these cars look like coming at you on the track. Think I might have jinxed us, Clayton. Let's see what happened here. Cale Smith, my board says Cale Smith was involved, but he wasn't. There's Reed Sanders in the 4 machine. Let's take a look there. The number 4 Fireball Whiskey ride. Oh, Chatham. That was an odd. It looks like Chatham makes contact, and then the 4 car delays and bounces up in the air, almost net code-ish. I have not seen that. There's the contact there. And then the car just jumps up. I have not seen that before.
Yeah, 24 initiates this one, it looks like. 4-car Reed Sanders just straightens out off the corner. Gavin coming up, getting into him. Causes that bump in the net code kick.
Hang on, we're not going green, not going green.
Trying to get the field line back up on lap 17 of 25. Green flag is back out. We're underway. Cale Smith picks right up where he left off. They're on lap 18 of 25. Michael Vitale following in his tire tracks. 31 of Brandon Templeton dives out of line. Now the 238 slide job coming. Crossover from the 31 of Templeton. Templeton will be able to take the position back. Both of those cars stay on the high side. Little bit of a slinky effect there as the 15 checked up. 518 of Joseph Grandy. He went farther back in the field earlier. He's working his way back through the field. Boy, I saw it and just... We had 3 cars get side by side. Let's take a look here. 66 up high, which causes the 10 car of Ingram. Randy Shreves to make contact with each other. Cale Smith still at the front of the field on lap 20 of 25. Cale Smith, Michael Vitale, Brandon Templeton, Anthony Marfulio. So we're getting down there in laps. When's Michael Vitale going to make his move, Clayton?
I think if it's not this restart, he's going to have to hope for another one. You're not going to get many shots on that 115. Cale Smith gapped him a little bit on the start. He's got half a second. Cale's got a little bit of breathing room right now. Mikey needs to run him down and see what he can do.
Brandon Templeton running a solid third behind the 213. Anthony Marfulio has moved up 4 from his starting position. The 12 car of Caden Berry throws a haymaker slide job. He's up 9, their biggest mover of the race, up to P12. Meanwhile, up front, lap 23 of 25. Cale Smith getting away from the field. Vitali P2. Brandon Templeton is the final podium driver, the 238 of Anthony Marfulio. Oh, 213 off the top. That may send Templeton back as the two made contact. Templeton now stuck on the bottom. He'll dive up, get in front of the 238. Slide job coming from Marfulio. No room. Feeds the right rear to the 31. They make contact. Templeton over. Last lap, Cale Smith at the front of the field. Michael Vitali P2. Marfulio in the 238. Slides up over the ledge. This is going to be tight. Contact made. Christopherson comes home with it. Passes 3 cars. Top 3, start finish line, please. Passes 3 cars at the flag. Well, that was pretty exciting. Clayton is getting busy with his admin work. That was a mess at the end.
Man, I wish we could.
All right, fellas, don't forget to go up for your interview. Copy that, Clay. That was a mess at the end.
Yeah, I really wish we could throw a caution on that last lap. These last couple weeks, it's you know, these guys run clean for 24 of the 25, and then all respect kind of disappears on that last lap. Turns a bit chaotic. Not the best way you want to see Brandon Templeton not finish on the podium there. It looked like he kind of had third locked in, but hard racing, I get it. Just a tough break for that 31 car.
Yeah, man, let's get a word with your top 3. Clay Christopherson in that 51 car. He only moved up 1 from his start, but he passed 3 cars in the last off of turn 4 into the checkered flag. Clay, this is Joe. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Clay, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you. Can you hear me?
Man, so yeah, walk me. That was mad. That was a madhouse. Walk me through that last lap coming off of 4. Think you were running in P6 or so.
Yeah, I'd love to walk you through it if I knew what happened also. But I saw Grandy on the bottom. I knew he was going to slide up a little bit because he came in with some steam. And Carter was up top, and I knew they were going to fight on the bottom because Marfulio was turning down too. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to dime in the middle because I got a good distance behind me. I'm going to run that middle hard and just shoot down, and maybe they all slide up and bundle up or slide up and brake check each other, and they did. So I don't know. I must have passed Grandy with an inch left before the line.
Yeah, man, great run to the end in that 51. It's good to see you back in a podium finish, man. Who do you want to thank on that 51 ride for a wild start to the night?
The FTM, all them guys, Swan Speed Shop for some of the fastest 358 big block setups you can find, and that's about it.
All right, man. We're going to see you in the Pro Late Models?
No, I don't think so.
Going to call it a night.
I think so.
Yeah, man. Great run. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. You as well.
Yeah, man.
Gonna bring Michael Vitali here, P2. Mikey, this is Clayton. You got me?
Hey, Clayton.
Man, one spot short. I know we were talking before the race. You weren't feeling 100% comfortable, man, but you go out there, set quick time in practice, qualify second, win your heat race. Man, that 213 was on wheels. I might have cursed you picking you, but all in all, podium finish, man. How'd you get it done?
Just basically just held my line out there. I knew just start the night off, just get a good qualifying time in, get a good finish in the heat race so I can be out front. This track definitely could be topside dominant. So just basically held my line out there, tried to hold on to Cale's bumper there as long as I could, but he was fast. I seen Brandon was all over me. Kudos to him. I know I got off the berm, I think with 2 to go and coming out of 4, and he kept it clean there. So hats off to him for that as well. But yeah, I'll take it. You know, it's been a long time since I hit the podium, so it's a good night.
Yeah, it's good to see you back up here, man. Who do you got to thank on that 213 for a second place finish?
Well, everybody back at Outlaw Racing, Billy Roberts over at Gears Unlimited, Tight Lines Apparel, Eddie Neal Enterprises, A&J Landscaping, you for broadcasting, Joe for broadcasting. That's about it.
Awesome, man. Well, we've been seeing you get comfortable with the late models. Are we going to see you run them here at Lucas Oil here in a little bit?
Yeah, you'll see me in there.
All right, man. Well, best of luck to you. We hope to talk to you again soon.
I appreciate it, buddy.
Cale Smith in the 115 car, led flag to flag. Cale, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Joe.
Man, you got the biggest fan club you've had so far out here in the audience, sending out messages for that 115. And, man, you backed it up in that CTM car, man. Walk us through your night. It was crazy behind you.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, really good for me. I knew this track was going to be the high line, so I knew qualifying out front was super important. Getting out front in your heat was super important. Then if you could get a good start in the feature, you just need to run that high line. And it was starting to get a little sketchy in the end there on that high line. You just didn't want to go over the brim, but I saw they were racing pretty hard behind me. I had a pretty good gap, so felt pretty comfortable. But yeah, it was a great night.
Yeah, man, you got it done in that 115. Congratulations on a victory. Who do you want to give a shout out to on that 115 for your drive to victory lane?
Yeah, I got to give a special shout out to Randy Carter Painting. Randy's always watching us week in and week out, supporting Michael and I, my teammate, and it's nice to have him watching. So thanks, Randy. My teammate Michael Carter, I know he was really racing hard there to get a podium spot towards the end. So good race to him, and gotta do a special shout out to my mom. She's at home watching with the dogs. Hi, Mom.
What kind of dogs? That's the question.
She's got 2 golden doodles. They look the same. She loves them.
No kidding. Do you duck
Yeah.
up with those dogs?
Nope. She just spoils them and lets them swim in the pool, and they just hang out outside and drink beer.
That's amazing. Great run,
Yeah.
man. We going to see you in Pro Late Models?
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, appreciate it, Joe. Thanks.
Yeah, man. Clayton, there you go. That was an exciting night. Exciting finish to the race. Ladies and gentlemen, we will take a quick break, and when we come back, we will be with the Pro Late Models right back at Lucas Oil. So stay with us. We will be right back.
My name's Nick Powers, and I'm the president and lead instructor of Warfighter Scuba. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps from the years 2003 to 2007, with 1 combat deployment to Haditha, Iraq in 2006. Throughout my time overseas, I experienced a lot of situations that you wouldn't necessarily find yourself in the United States. IEDs, getting shot at, rocket attacks, mortar attacks, you name it, it happened. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 2007, I tried to adjust back to civilian life, and the whole time you're in, you just can't wait to get out. And when you get out, you start to realize, did you make the right decision? 9 times out of 10, most of the guys that get out, they immediately plummet into a depression cycle because you don't have that structure anymore that the military provides you. And this hit me super hard. We moved to one of the #1 top dive destinations in the entire world, and I figured I'd start getting back into scuba diving. And after our first couple dives, I realized how peaceful it was underwater and how none of my problems followed me. You're just there in the present moment. I had the idea for Warfighter Scuba, and I kind of hinted at it, and they said, you go for it. And that's basically how Warfighter Scuba was born. So Warfighter Scuba is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit with the IRS. We bring combat wounded veterans down to the Caribbean to teach them scuba diving to treat their wounds. Whether their wounds are physical or mental, such as PTSD, scuba diving is a extremely therapeutic activity for mental stressors and for physical ailments. Mentally, as soon as you go underwater, your body just reacts. It's not normal. You're not meant to breathe underwater. automatically puts you into the present moment. You have nothing but peace and calm. This ability to separate yourself from reality really allows veterans to find out what their trigger mechanism might be for their particular mental stressors. So every veteran who comes through our programs gets a 100% funded trip. Each veteran also receives a round-trip ticket from their home of record. That ticket will bring them straight into Roatan, and their entire week stay, their hotel, their meals, their snacks, everything's paid for. And so that veteran can get an entire week away from reality and completely separate from any kind of problems they might be facing at home. So each veteran receives very private and intimate training sessions when they come down to Roatan. You know, we first start in the pool, we do some confined water skills, we'll then switch out to the open water dives. From that point on, it's not even training anymore, it's just fun. It's learning on a level that I don't think most people have experienced before. We do all the certifications for them that we can in a week at their pace, you know, from open water to full face mask to nitrox. Every trip that we have, whether it's one veteran or 4 veterans at a time, we just have a blast. You know, there's no bad karma. We've seen sharks, we've seen turtles. I mean, we've seen 4 eagle rays at once. I mean, just the things that happen when we're in the water together are truly, they're just unbelievable. The dedication that these vets have now to scuba diving and to wanting to come back and to help other veterans experience what they've experienced, it hits me in the heart more than most things have ever hit me in my heart. It's truly an honor to take, you know, these heroes into the water. It's really cool to see the transformation that happens to them, you know, from being, oh my gosh, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. You know, I've gone snorkeling a few times, or, you know, I'm not that good of a swimmer. And the funny thing about scuba is none of that matters. You know, you're completely weightless in the water. You could come down and have 0 experience in the water and be one of the better scuba divers out there. So as with all nonprofits, we rely solely on generous donors such as yourselves. None of these programs could exist without people who are willing to give some of their hard-earned money up to save veterans who might be struggling with everyday life and have that unfortunate thought of suicide. 100% of every dollar that's donated goes directly to the veterans. I personally, myself, I do not take any kind of money. All my time is donated. There's no salary to anybody who's on the board or any staff positions in Warfighter. Donations can be made on our website at www.warfighterscuba.org. And remember, every donation is 100% tax deductible.
History repeats itself. History is always happening over and over again. So one of the ways to stop a theme, one of the ways to stop something from reoccurring is to first of all admit it. It didn't take long for us to quickly realize that there was power behind Mission 22, power behind its brand, power behind its message, and power behind its people that represented it.
All right, my friends, day 19 of 22, the 22-day push-up challenge. Day 19 means 418 men and women have possibly committed suicide in the last 19 days. I went and looked up my ship, the USS Rushmore. More people who have killed themselves by now than ever served on our ship at one time in just 19 days.
19, 20, 21. One more. Y'all ready for the last one?
Yeah, Mission 22 has become a decentralized nationwide effort to show love, to raise money, to be available for other warriors, to be able to be a point of contact, to let the warriors know, but also for warriors to let other warriors know that there is a community. You're not alone. This isn't happening in silence. You're not forgotten. You know, we brought 4 veterans from all different parts of the United States and brought them together to hike through the state of Oregon.
May God bless you on your journey. Thank you for serving our country and for being willing to go on this walk. I'm praying you feel peace and strength with each mile.
You know, on this hike, some folks found God, some folks remained sober, some folks lost a significant amount of weight to be able to participate. And not so much just a healing walk for us as warriors, but for us to contribute to other people's healing. You know, this hike, we raised $12,000 for endobiogeny. Some of the folks on this hike, you know, they're going to be volunteers for this treatment. And I couldn't be more pleased and more proud, because it was difficult. We had a lot of struggles. Not everything on this hike went pretty, you know, but we put some skin in the game. At the end of the day, we were able to raise money, and we'll be able to use that money so guys can get treatment that they need. The War at Home Monument is an example of our social impact, of our awareness, of our permanent fixture to do the work that we can't always do, to always remind us of what we've lost and what we will lose if we don't reconcile it. What we've done is taken 20 different veterans with their families' permission and used them as a silhouette to cut out of a 3,000-pound plate of steel. These warriors are placed in a V, and this is to show the size of the problem. This is to show the empty space they leave behind. And it's also to be a constant reminder of what happens when we don't listen to the stories of the warriors that fought in our name. Because it's not okay. It's not okay that everyone didn't know about veteran suicide. It's not okay that these things were a secret or left unsaid, or that it was shameful. It's not okay that it's shameful to suffer alone and suffer in silence, because if you ask for help, that you're no longer a warrior, that you're weak.
Yeah. So I come back and I thought everybody else changed. So I pushed my family away. And it took a long time to really realize it, because I didn't want to look internally. You know, I got my Class A CDL and hit the road. I was on the road for about 8 years trucking. And this makes me think about how insignificant all of the major things going on are. I mean, what, 1 million years ago, that blew up. And, you know, over time became this.
Whether it's hiking mountains or building monuments, it takes a community to heal a warrior. Warriors didn't get damaged and didn't become separated from the sunlight of the spirit on their own. It happened in the name of this nation. We can change the way we think about war, how we think about warriors, how we think about ourselves, and what we think we're going to do in the American community. We can do it now. We can do it here. And there's going to be another generation of warriors coming. We can set the tone to create a culture that grabs them up and loves them and smothers them in resources, in opportunity, right now.
One, 2, 3. I love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
Our love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home. I'm making my way.
When people hear a Till Valhalla project, the first thing they might think of is our shirts. But what most people don't know is that our plaques came first and the t-shirts came second. What some people might not know is that the same shirts that we make day in and day out allowed us to do unbelievable things for unbelievable people. Whether it's donating our proceeds to reduce veteran suicide or gifting handcrafted memorial plaques to the families of fallen heroes, these t-shirts simply stand for honor and freedom, two words that wouldn't exist without our heroes. This makes Till Valhalla Project a place where fallen heroes truly live on forever.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Race number 2, Pro Late Models at Lucas Oil. The 358's put on a heck of a show. Little rough at the end, but we got her in. We're about to call the cars off the track. All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track, please. And get this show underway. All right, most of you know the rules. If you don't show up for a podium, if you finish on the podium, don't show up for a picture or interview. EOL next week. Bring out 2 cautions in any race. You are DQ'd from that division for the rest of the night. Intentional contact is never acceptable. You will be suspended. Protest. Send me if you think we missed something, send me a message in Discord and we will review it. And if a penalty is warranted, we will issue that for next week. Call outs on Discord or any social media against other drivers, against the staff of Friday Night Lights is never acceptable. It will lead in a suspension for sure. Incidents counts against your overall points. Slow down once caution flies. The field is frozen. You're not going to improve your position. So please, once caution comes out, please slow down so you don't ruin your car or anyone else's. That is it. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Now would be the time. All right, fellas, none heard. Wish you the best of luck. All right, Clayton, I think we're looking for pretty much the same as we got out of the 358 Modifieds, who put on a really good show.
Yeah, these late models are a little bit more touchy on the top side, so unless these guys can, I don't know, maybe get something going around the bottom, we might see a little more off the ledges here.
Yeah, as they crab walk down the front stretch. Tonight's
I was
Quick Time.
just thinking the same thing.
Tonight's Quick Time Award brought to you by CTM Motorsports. Like to thank that team of drivers for stepping up. The winner of the Quick Time Award gets $10 added to their account that is payable in week 13. So if they win 5 quick times, that's $50 extra to that driver. Brandon Templeton to the top of the board in that 31. That didn't last long. Cale Smith continuing his great run. 14.412 for Cale Smith. Jeff Kemper, the driver out of Oregon in the 181, is out on track. See how Jeff Kemper does. Joseph Grandy in the 518 is back with us. Grant Wesley in the 88. Michael Carter, CTM driver, to the top of the board with a 14.411 and a new paint scheme. Kind of like that. Trying to win his own money back. Part of the CTM crew in that 15. He is on the pole so far. 213 of Vitali shuts it down. Let me get the right things up here. 14.553 for Vitali. James Ingram, driver out of Georgia, 15.363. Last time by 16th quick. Justin Sick in the 015 out on track. Fourth quick, 14.449 on his first lap for Justin Sick, the driver out of New York. See if he can improve on that. Still waiting for Jordan LaFawn and David Tormachi to come out on track. Looks like LaFawn has come out of the pits, coming to the flag stand. Does the 015 of Justin Sick have anything for Michael Carter? No, he doesn't. 11 car of Jordan LaFawn, driver out of Indiana, out on track. See if Jordan LaFawn can put the 11 car on the pole. Try to win a little bit of the CTM money. 14.474 for LaFawn, 8th quick, first time by. Try to improve his lap here, running on that bottom side. Looks like he shut it down. 14.474 will be the best lap for the 11 car. He will roll off 8th quick. Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please. Michael Carter, Grant Wesley on the front row. Templeton Bachman in row 2. Ingram Vitale in 3. Brandon Wright. Joseph Grandy in 4. Anthony Marfulio rounds out your field of 9 drivers. All right, leader, you know the drill. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself and the car in front of you. The start is on the leader. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. Got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the feature. Congratulations to that 15 car of Michael Carter with the CTM Motorsports quick time for tonight. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. I like the new look on that 15 car.
Yeah, it's looks really good up front too. Got a tough competitor on his outside, Grant Wesley, and a late model. It's a dangerous combo. We'll see what Michael can do. Maybe he can hold him off for a heat win here.
15 at the line. The 88 goes with him. Looks like the 88 got super tight. Templeton will take P2 down low. As the caution flies already, Anthony Marfulio involved. Let's take a look. Tonight's Pro Late Models brought to you by Sanders Racing. I'd like to thank Reed Sanders for his support of Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights. Marfulio sneaking up on the high side. Contact between the 22 and 518 collects Marfulio in the back. So we'll line them up and do it one more time on lap. Hit me with it, Clayton. Lap 2.
Oh boy, we're on 2.
Second time tonight. I don't know what it is about the number 2.
I think it's just maybe 1 lap of jitters. I don't know.
Pace truck will exit next time by. Yeah, I got to tell you, we went and picked up the real car last night, man. Power steering is super.
Super non-existent, or it's actually there?
No, it's there. Yeah, he did a real good job.
That must be nice.
Hyper Racing power steering. We picked it up. I left my phone 3 hours from home at a Texas Roadhouse. Had to do a 6-hour round trip last night. Green flag is we're back underway. The older I get, the more stuff I tend to forget. Michael Carter out front. Grant Wesley goes side by side with the 31 of Brandon Templeton. It will be Wesley. Can Templeton get some bite on the exit of 4? It will be Wesley at the line. Templeton. The 10 car of Donald Ingram is back there. Looks like Templeton got a little bit of loose at the exit of 2. Joseph Grandy in the 518 battling it out with the 007 of Bachman. Michael Vitale in the 213 battling it out. And Marfulio rounds out your field of 9 drivers. 15 car, Michael Carter up front starting to pull away from the 88. We don't see that very often. We've gotten nose to tail. Carter, Wesley, Templeton go on board with that 31 car. Take a look. Those two side by side. Carter would like these guys to start racing a little harder. They've been side by side, lap after lap, 2 laps to go. Carter at the front of the field in the new look. Randy Carter painting number 15 takes the white flag. Driver out of Virginia getting it done at the front of the field. Grant Wesley, he pulls out in front of the 31 of Brandon Templeton. 2 more corners to get through for Carter. Coming off at turn 4. Looking good, 15. Carter, Wesley, Templeton, Ingram, Bachman, your top 5. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Cale Smith, Justin Sick on the front row. Cox and LaFawn in row 2. Chatham Kemper in 3. Haynes and Shreves in 4. Ingram and Tormachi in row number 5. Leader, you know the drill. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself and the car in front of you. Start is on leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. You got 8 laps to get it done. Everyone heading to the feature. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. CTM boys pretty stout tonight, Clayton, so far. We'll see if the 115 can keep up his momentum in the Pro Late model. He's got a tough customer to his outside. Chris Cox behind him. He's surrounded Jordan LaFawn, I'll get it out, on the outside of row number 2. So that 115 is surrounded.
It's a good start here. Gets about a car length already there at the line.
Yes, he did.
Exactly what the 115 wanted.
Chris Cox, God, those guys thought about taking it 3 wide. Chris Cox, Justin Sick, Jordan LaFawn battling it out. LaFawn to the rear bumper of the 515. Gives him a little tap, lets him know he's there. Trying to force a mistake out of the 515. That doesn't happen too often. Chris Cox, he's a tough customer once he gets out in front of a car. Justin Sick sliding side by side.
All 15s in the top 3 right now.
We're on the right front of Justin Sick's ride. Yeah, it looks like 15's the number to have. Cale Smith running away out front. He's got over a half-second lead over Chris Cox on lap 4 of 8. Chris Cox, Justin Sick, Jordan LaFawn, Jeff Kemper in the 181 is back there. Gavin Chatham in the 24 getting it done. Haynes, Randy Shreves in the 56. James Ingram battling it out with Montana driver. That is the 313 of David Tormachi. Meanwhile, up front, lap 6 of 8. Cale Smith looking good up front in a Pro Late model. I don't know how often those guys run Pro Late models, but apparently it's enough. Apparently, coming off of turn 4, white flag is out for Cale Smith, the South Dakota driver, prior Navy member, at the front of the field. 2 more corners to navigate for Cale Smith, coming off of turn 4, 115 to the line. Smith, Cox, Sick, LaFawn, Kemper, your top 5. Three minutes of warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name's Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turned into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are still in warm-ups. Grant Wesley at the top of the board, 14,588, followed by Sick, Grandy Cox, and Ingram. Your top five. Getting ready for a 25-lap feature as the checkered flag waves over the warm-up session. Feature to the grid. Feature to the grid, please. Michael Carter, Cale Smith, CTM front row. Wesley Cox in row 2. Templeton Sick in 3. Ingram LaFawn in 4. Bachman Kemper in 5. Grandy Chatham in 6. Wright and Haynes in row number 7. Vitali Shreves in 8. Marfulio Ingram in 9. David Tormachi rounds out the field of 19 drivers. All right, leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the one to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Start is on the leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start-finish line. You got 25 laps to get it done. Race hard, race clean, put on a great show. Good luck. Let's take a look at our pro late model points here. I haven't done that in a while. It is Grant Wesley at the top of the board, followed by Carter, Chris Cox, Caden Berry, and Cale Smith, your top 5. So we got some heavy hitters at the front of the field, as always. Pace truck is off, leaving the field to Michael Carter. 25 laps. Don't forget, coming up next, we have the 305 sprint cars right back here at Lucas Oil. Cale Smith coming out of turn 4, looking for the green flag. The leader is off. His teammate will let the 15 slide up to that outside row. They will fall in line. 88 car of Grant Wesley down low. Chris Cox in P4. Donald Ingram, little contact. Justin Sick on the back of the 10 car. Both those drivers able to drive away. The 11 car of Jordan LaFawn in the back in that 11 car. Michael Vitali in the 213, battling it out with the 24 of Gavin Chatham. We got tight quarters in the back. Michael Vitali, Anthony Marfulio battling it out with the 66 car of Haynes. David Tormachi and James Ingram. Don't know what happened to Templeton or Brandon Wright. I don't think they gridded.
Yeah, it looks like they both manually disconnected after their heat races. Brandon Wright didn't have a good finish, but Templeton, top 3 in his heat. He was starting in the top 6 for this feature. Disconnected. Hope everything's okay in that 31 team.
Yeah, I'll have to check in with him. He's got 3 girls.
Oh, boy.
Back in Corning, Iowa. Youngsters.
Well, thank him for his service, even on that.
Yeah, yeah. Michael Carter, Cale Smith at the front of the field. Grant Wesley moves up to P3. Chris Cox, let's take a look in the back. That seems to be where all the action was. Looks like we've gotten nose to tail-ish. Joseph Grandy in the 518 dives down low, trying to give that bottom side a look. Who's down there? Gavin Chatham in the 24. I believe Gavin Chatham is a Pennsylvania driver.
And lab traffic's going to play a role here in the next, I'd say, 5 to 10. They should be on the back of that 40 car. We're going to see what these guys can do to get around that lab car. Only one, it looks like. David Tormachi's kind of able to pull away, maintain a little bit of speed. But, yeah, they're definitely reeling in that 40 car. It's going to make that battle for the lead even better.
Well, only thing I know is we made it past lap 2.
Yes, we did. But now that you said it,
we will give that 40 car a 40 car. Those are the leaders. Stay low, please. 40 car, stay low. We don't want that again. We had that same song and dance in the past. Cale Smith, CTM running up front. I imagine those drivers, those 3, Smith, Carter, and Wesley, pulling away from Chris Cox. They're going to ride it out up front. The 10 car of Donald Ingram in P5. Jordan LaFawn has moved up 2. Joseph Grandy has moved up 4. David Tormachi in the 313. He moved up for position as the caution comes out. Take a look. Cautions tonight brought to you, as always, by the Dirt Track Bank. Nowhere for Chatham to go. The 40 car kind of all over the place there. He wasn't sure to go low, high. I've been there. Good run. Made it 14 of the 25 laps. CTM boys still up front. Top 3 were starting to break away from the field. Let's see, our biggest mover of the race is still that 313 of Tormachi. He's up 6 places. We got a group of folks up 3 places. Randy Shrees, Michael Vitale, Jason Haynes. Grandma Pete out there giving instructions to that 11 car. He needs to listen more often, I think, there, Grandma. Get that 11 car to the front.
yeah, and one thing's for sure, is Grandma's never wrong, so
Yeah, boy, ain't that the truth.
hopefully...
Now that I'm a
hopefully Jordan,
grandpa, you are absolutely
yeah.
correct. My grandkids' grandma has never been wrong since I've known her 36 years. Michael Carter at the front of the field on the restart. We will delay 1 lap here. You know, it'd be cool. I know this isn't, we got fans that are all spread out. If we could have a fans race there, they go in and they drive the sim rig of those that they're supporting. That'd kind of be pretty cool, I think. May have to think about that.
Hang on, we're not going green. Not going green.
Caution comes out. We will extend it a little bit. CTM front row still. Michael Carter coming off of turn 4. He's on the loud pedal. Good restart. The 88 of Grant Wesley is able to get side by side with the 115. Those teammates on the high side are tough customers. They will pull. Will the 88 get in line? Yes, he will. 10 car of Donald Ingram will fall in line P4. Justin Sick in that 15 car battling it out. Justin Sick and the 11 of Jordan LaFawn running the bottom side. Chris Cox up high. Justin Sick able to get back in line, cuts down into 3 and 4, slides up in front of the 515. Justin Sick up to P5. Up front, Carter pulling away from his teammate Cale Smith a little bit. That 88 car, does he have Iceman on the side of this car? Yes, he does. He's not called the Iceman for no reason. Grant Wesley waiting his time behind that 115, looking for a great finish out of that front 3. Donald Ingram in the 10 car, driver out of Georgia, falls in line. Jordan LaFawn moves up. They both get by the 515. Chris Cox got loose. Joseph Grandy got underneath the 515. Grandy goes low, slide job coming. Yikes, that's going to be tight. They make a little bit of contact, nose to nose at the line. Boy, these slide jobs are just stalling, Clayton.
Yeah, Chris Cox definitely caught him by surprise. I don't think Joseph Grandy thought Chris had the run that he did. Looks like Gavin Chatham comes onto pit road here and brings out that caution.
Tried to
No
get her
contact
into
on track.
Yeah, tried to get her
And
into.
he's called it a night.
Gavin Chatham, heck of a sprint car driver. I imagine we will see him back. Michael Carter will bring us back to the green flag. Green flag is back out. We are underway. Michael Carter, Cale Smith, CTM at the front. Justin Sick in the 515, sends it down low. Sick up 2 positions to P4. Jordan LaFawn following the 015. LaFawn got over the ledge there in turn 4 on lap 21 of 25. Both these drivers, Justin Sick and Jordan LaFawn, beating up the bottom, trying to get to the front. Justin Sick now just moved up. He was in front of Grant Wesley. Grant Wesley, your final podium finisher at the current moment. Up front, Michael Carter, Cale Smith, nose to tail. Justin Sick still sending it. Slider line down low, no room to slide. Grant Wesley, he moved down about a half car late. Now Wesley wants the bottom. Here we go. Carter goes down to block the bottom. Wesley off of turn 4 coming to the line. They are side by side, top 3 under a blanket. Here we go again. Michael Carter at the front of the field on lap 24 of 25. Ladies and gentlemen, this is about to get exciting. Got Grant Wesley down low underneath the 115. 1 lap to go. It is go or go home time right here. Michael Carter pulls out to a lead. Grant Wesley has nothing for the 15. Justin Sick still driving. At the line, Cale Smith takes the final podium position. Stumbling all over my words. Top 3 start finish line, please. Top 3 start finish line. Another great show by the pro late model drivers for sure. Carter, Wesley, Smith, Sick, LaFawn, your top 5. All right, fellas, don't forget to go up for your interviews. Are you going to grab Cale Smith when he comes up?
Yes, sir.
Cale Smith in the 115 tried to follow his teammate. Grant Wesley had other things in mind for that podium finish.
Gail, this is Clayton in the booth. You got me?
I got you, Clayton.
Man, start outside front row, move back a spot. Still bring home a really good podium finish, man. Solid run. You guys, top 4 were pretty much covered by a blanket that last restart, man. How'd you get it done bringing it home P3?
Well, I was hoping I'd be able to pull off second there, but I kind of went over the berm in 1 and 2, and that kind of I was hoping I could run for the win there, but when I mean, you know, the track slicks off and it gets sketchy up there, and if you're not careful, you go over. So I was still able to pull out a close third though, so I'll take it.
Yeah, man, that 115 looks sharp. There's just no doubt about it. Anytime that late model's on track, man, you're one of the best out there. Who do you got to thank on that 115 tonight?
Yeah, thanks, Clayton. No, and thank you. Thank Joe. Man, this league's awesome. You guys do a great job. Redline Race Designs for putting the wrap on my car. Got to thank Randy Carter Painting. He's watching us tonight. Got my mom watching with the dogs, so got to say hi to her too.
Yeah, I hope they're enjoying the pool. Not sure where you're from, but I hope you're somewhere warm. Hope the doggies are good, man. Always good to talk to you. Congratulations on another podium finish.
Thanks, Clayton. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, man,
Yes,
I
sir.
can guarantee you they're not in the pool in South Dakota, are they?
No, we're a
boy.
ways away from that, but when the pool weather comes around, trust me, she'll be out there.
Right on. Congratulations, man.
Thanks, Joe.
Yes, sir. The driver of the 88, Grant Wesley, kind of stayed in line for a lot of the race, but when it's go time, the 88 came to life. Grant, this is Joe. You got me?
Oh yeah, I got you.
Man, what was your trigger to go?
So obviously, I'm the points leader. As long as I have good finishes, I should be pretty good with the championship. So I just can't have a bad finish. And starting on the inside, I knew the top was better. So I was lucky. I found a hole early in the race, got up to the top, and knowing this track, it's not my best track, but I know the bottom comes in once it slicks off. So about midpoint in the race, I seen Cale. He tried the bottom of 1 and 2. I ran the top, was about equal at that point. So I knew after seeing that late in the race, that bottom was going to be good. Late in the race, I seen Justin Sick was down low, and man, yeah, I mean, I thought I was too late at that point. And then as soon as I got a hole to try it, man, I dropped down there, and I about passed both of them in 1 and 2. And then of course, Michael, he seen that and he moved down, and then it was just a race to the finish from there.
Yeah, man, you surprised me. You were up on top, and then I was watching my board, and that 88 jumped up to right behind Michael Carter. So, man, great run as always. Super smooth in the 88, man. It's always a pleasure to watch you run. Who do you want to thank on that ride for your drive to podium finish?
Yeah, just all your partners here. Gears Unlimited with Billy Roberts, Dirt Track Bank, everybody that helps out. I'm going to remember Michael and Cale's team again. I think it's FTM. CTM. Thank you. Thanks to you guys for the Fast Qualifier Award. That's pretty cool to have that available. I'd like to thank, you, Joe, and Got Your Six Racing Network for, making this a broadcast event, putting this all on. Clayton, I'd like to thank you for the administration, as always, making all the tough calls there. And I'd like to thank my friends and family for watching, and my girlfriend, Brittany.
Yeah, man. So before I make the move, you know what time it is. I haven't interviewed you in quite a while. It's always been Clayton. So what weather am I looking at back in Evansville?
Man, I think it's we're hovering right around 30s and 40s. It's nothing too bad. It's actually kind of a nice day out today.
All right. It's not 68 like California, but I'll take it. I'll take Indiana, Kentucky any day over this place. So great run, man. Congratulations.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, man.
Our winner leading it flag to flag, Michael Carter. This is Clayton in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, dominant performance by that 15. Didn't quite see it in the modifieds like we're so used to, but you definitely redeemed yourself. Seeing a new paint scheme. Car looks really good on track. I love the flat black with the sticker look, man. Whoever, if Mr. Randy Carter Painting touched up on that one, man, that's a heck of a job. That car looks smooth, man. Congrats on a win. How'd you get it done?
Appreciate that, man. Yeah, just got up top there, and me and Kale just kept hitting our marks up there. And actually, I think he was a little better than me, but he didn't force the issue. I want to thank him for that. He's my teammate, and but I mean, we both was running pretty consistent up there, and I think Grant found that bottom there at the end, and I seen him there a lap before, and then Kale mentioned something to me, and I looked at my rear view real quick, and I had to hurry up and get down. I think we was both going to get beat there, so hats off to both of them. They drove a great race, and luckily just made that move and went to the bottom there with 2 to go and got the job done.
Yeah, man. Again, another great run for you in that 15, brother. Who do you got to thank?
I gotta thank you guys here. Friday Night Lights always do a great job. The GY6RN, the elite adminning, always mess that up. But sorry about that. But Dirt Track Bank, like I said, my father Randy Carter Payne, he's watching. I think my son Braden, he's watching. I'll say hi to them. CTM Motorsports, Kale Smith, Travis Anderson, and everybody watching. Greatly appreciate it. And I want to congratulate my teammate Kale on the winning the mods. Did a great job. So thank you guys.
Awesome, man. Are we gonna see you digging in the sprint cars here in a couple?
Yeah, I'll talk to Kale. We might be in there. We'll see.
All right, buddy.
So I got a question.
Look forward to talking to you next Friday. Go ahead,
I'm looking at your car here, man. That's actually like a black stainless steel look, isn't it? It's got a chrome to it.
Yeah, well, I put a little spec map on it and got a little shine to it. I didn't do it too bright, so it I got the chrome numbers there, and I did the best I can. I'm not great at them things, but I guess I did an alright job.
Man, that car looks amazing. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There are the Pro Late models. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we will have the sprint cars coming your way. So we will take a quick break. And as soon as I find what I'm looking for here, my apologies. We'll be right back.
Soldiers, sailors, airmen and women enlist in the armed forces for many reasons, including a sense of duty, patriotism, the adventure, travel, and adrenaline. Many continue their military service because they discover a brother and sisterhood, an identity, a team. When service members are injured or wounded and can no longer perform their military duties, they quickly find themselves removed from their team, no longer serving the purpose for which they trained.
I came back from Afghanistan in 2013, and it was kind of a trial and error of finding out, after the military, what's next in life.
Being forced to leave a military career filled with purpose and pride can be challenging. Some challenges may leave lasting scars. An illness, wound, or injury can make anyone question their worth and sense of belonging after military service.
35 years in the Army, and I needed something to transition into. And so from that transition came an idea, and the idea was this.
Even though a military career may be coming to an end, or already ended, recovery can occur in the most unexpected places with unforeseen opportunities. Recovery, whether physical or mental, has no defined beginning or ending. It may last a lifetime.
For me, one of the biggest surprises that I found out going through it was that it's not like the flu where, you get sick and then you get better. You're never cured. And that's so frustrating. It's so hard to tell someone that. And it's so easy to slip back. And every single time you have to find a new way to fight it, it's a different monster every time you battle it.
This can feel daunting to a warrior who is suddenly forced to leave everything they know, trust, and love, finding themselves at the beginning of an unknown and possibly frightening new journey. Welcome to the world of motorsports.
We're
in the right place at the right time in our lives to be able to take these guys that are wounded and put them in front of people that can actually show them that there is a camaraderie, there's a brotherhood within the motorsports industry, that there is potential for career opportunities for them if they have the skill set.
Motorsports offers an opportunity to regain that sense of identity within a safe, fast-paced team environment, providing a renewed sense of purpose. It has many facets, all created by teams working together for success on the track. Like in the military, in motorsports the goal is in accomplishing the mission, winning as a team, collectively celebrating the successes and supporting teammates through the losses. Through motorsport opportunities, Operation Motorsport assists medically transitioning service members and veterans with discovering new ways of achieving a renewed sense of hope, purpose, and pride.
Besides the basic brake changing, oil changing, tire rotation, I've actually learned how to assemble and disassemble some engine parts, change some axles, do some alignments and stuff. So give it a try. You never know. This was nothing that I expected. I did not expect to be fully suited, jumping over a wall while cars are going 100 and something miles an hour.
From motors to media, tires to tickets, and hot laps to hospitality. Operation Motorsport provides beneficiaries the chance to become immersed within professional motorsports and provides them with the opportunity to find out firsthand what captivates their imagination and interest. These opportunities provide an avenue of discovery within the motorsports immersion or diversionary therapy programs, all within the Excite, Engage, and Empower recovery programs. Operation Motorsport also offers virtual engagements and recovery opportunities through an iRacing league, engaging beneficiaries in a safe, competitive environment from the comfort and safety of their home. Meeting other like-minded people, service members and veterans on the virtual racetrack, opening the doors to Motorsport Academy programs that prepare beneficiaries for their first encounters at the racetrack, and possibly leading to a day when they can get behind the wheel.
A team environment's a perfect place for people like us to kind of get back into some kind of normalcy when you go through a lot when you get medically discharged. And it kind of sucks and you put through the ringer, but I feel like what Operation Motorsport's doing is just something that's just really valuable.
Operation Motorsport prides itself in keeping beneficiaries engaged after the race weekend, throughout their recovery and beyond, through our recovery programs, or as a member of the 22 pit crew. No matter the background or story, Operation Motorsport is always there to listen, provide a safe and comfortable space, and a trusted circle of confidence that is open and honest about what difficulties may lie ahead for those transitioning out of a military career. Operation Motorsport believes in the power of team, identity, and purpose.
My name's Nick Powers, and I'm the president and lead instructor of Warfighter Scuba. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps from the years 2003 to 2007, with one combat deployment to Haditha, Iraq in 2006. Throughout my time overseas, I experienced a lot of situations that you wouldn't necessarily find yourself in the United States. IEDs, getting shot at, rocket attacks, mortar attacks, you name it, it happened. When I got out of the Marine Corps in 2007, I tried to adjust back to civilian life, and the whole time you're in, you just can't wait to get out. And when you get out, you start to realize, did you make the right decision? 9 times out of 10, most of the guys that get out, they immediately plummet into a depression cycle because you don't have that structure anymore that the military provides you. And this hit me super hard. We moved to one of the #1 top dive destinations in the entire world, and I figured I'd start getting back into scuba diving. And after our first couple dives, I realized how peaceful it was underwater and how none of my problems followed me. You're just there in the present moment. I had the idea for Warfighter Scuba, and I kind of hinted at it, and they said, "You go for it." And that's basically how Warfighter Scuba was born. So Warfighter Scuba is a nonprofit. We're a 501c3 nonprofit with the IRS. We bring combat wounded veterans down to the Caribbean to teach them scuba diving to treat their wounds. Whether their wounds are physical or mental, such as PTSD, scuba diving is a extremely therapeutic activity for mental stressors and for physical ailments. Mentally, as soon as you go underwater, your body just reacts. It's not normal. You're not meant to breathe underwater. Automatically puts you into the present moment. You have nothing but peace and calm. This ability to separate yourself from reality really allows veterans to find out what their trigger mechanism might be for their particular mental stressors. So every veteran who comes through our programs gets a 100% funded trip. Each veteran also receives a round-trip ticket from their home of record. That ticket will bring them straight into Roatan, and their entire week stay, their hotel, their meals, their snacks, everything's paid for. And so that veteran can get an entire week away from reality and completely separate from any kind of problems they might be facing at home. So each veteran receives very private and intimate training sessions when they come down to Roatan. We first start in the pool. We do some confined water skills. We'll then switch out to the open water dives. From that point on, it's not even training anymore. It's just fun. It's learning on a level that I don't think most people have experienced before. We do all the certifications for them that we can in a week at their pace, from open water to full face mask to nitrox. Every trip that we have, whether it's one veteran or 4 veterans at a time, we just have a blast. There's no bad karma. We've seen sharks, we've seen turtles. We've seen 4 eagle rays at once. Just the things that happen when we're in the water together are truly, they're just unbelievable. The dedication that these vets have now to scuba diving and to wanting to come back and to help other veterans experience what they've experienced. It hits me in the heart more than most things have ever hit me in my heart. It's truly an honor to take these heroes into the water. It's really cool to see the transformation that happens to them, from being, oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I've gone snorkeling a few times, or I'm not that good of a swimmer. And the funny thing about scuba is none of that matters. You're completely weightless in the water. You could come down and have 0 experience in the water and be one of the better scuba divers out there. So as with all nonprofits, we rely solely on generous donors such as yourselves. None of these programs could exist without people who are willing to give some of their hard-earned money up to save veterans who might be struggling with everyday life and have that unfortunate thought of suicide. 100% of every dollar that's donated goes directly to the veterans. I personally, myself, I do not take any kind of money. All my time is donated. There's no salary to anybody who's on the board or any staff positions in Warfighter. Donations can be made on our website at www.warfighterscuba.org. And remember, every donation is 100% tax deductible.
Yes, that's why. So we'll just give them a quick brush, and then we'll get our stuff on, and then we have like an obstacle course. And so
Why I'm smiling.
you don't know why you're smiling. We always smile. Smiling's the best.
The Mission 22 Equine Program is a riding program for children of veterans. We also serve grandchildren or direct family members of veterans.
It's a lot of fun, and I've always loved horses.
We have private lessons and group lessons, but it's not just riding. You know, riding lessons, people just think that that's all it is. But we have the opportunity here to really build confidence, to lower stress levels, to give them an outlet and opportunity to spend time doing something healthy and productive. Mission 22 is really based on the foundation of the importance for family. It's why we're supporting families here. So in a time where kids' programs are being canceled left and right, school is shut down, they're not able to be around their friends, you know, being able to have an opportunity where they can just be together and let go of that stress and be around people. Again, honestly, it's just really that simple, being around people. You know, who would have thought that it was something as simple as that?
That's okay. You want to grab his reins, and then I'll have you walk him forward. It's really a special thing to watch these kids come every week and build a partnership and a relationship with their horse. It lets them forget about everything that's going on in life, being able to come here, kind of shut the world out a little bit, and have a really stress-free, fun environment.
There's tons of studies that have been done on lowering of cortisol levels of children, and especially with children of veterans, often growing up in a household that can be a more stressful place, to be able to have an outlet where they can be outside, fresh air, horses around them, and just growing in that confidence.
Horses are really unique. They're very intuitive to people. They're very emotionally intelligent. They're very emotional animals, very in tune to people. They have a great way of reading people as well, that they can pick up on if you're feeling nervous or scared or excited. They're very reflective to how you feel. And so it's a great way to kind of check in with yourself and see how you're feeling, because they'll let you know.
When you're riding bareback, it's really important to think about keeping your thighs nice and snug.
Watch your spacing. Remember 1 to 2 horse lengths in between. Nice work. Yep, then you're going to go through the blue barrels, and you can weave through them, and you can walk through them.
Before we came to Central Oregon, we were based out of Portland. So we were renting an office in the city, we were having to pay to board horses, and it was getting to be exceptionally expensive. And so what it came down to was an opportunity to have a facility that we could grow programs out, that we could have the equine program on our own property, that we can continue to operate during a time that nobody really knew kind of what was happening next. And so having our own facility gave us the freedom to continue serving the families that we care about.
It's so fun to see parents come and talk to each other, and being able to kind of share stories, watch their kids together is a really neat thing. Talk about just life in general, having a place to come and to really connect with people.
Obstacles. I really like riding the horse because it's the best thing ever, and it's so exciting.
By supporting families of veterans on this property through the equine program, it really gives us the opportunity to show that importance. So we're not just supporting their kids, but we're supporting their families. They're having a community here, and building that strong family foundation builds a strong veteran. And that is something that we very much believe in, is supporting the family, supporting the veteran, and that cohesiveness together.
The goal at any given race is, of course, to win, and CrowdStrike, AWS, and DXDT were fortunate to achieve championship-winning results in 2020. We're extremely proud to be partnering with Operation Motorsport through our racing initiatives. Their program seeks to place military veterans in various positions inside a real racing team. The experience aids in their retraining, recovery, and rehabilitation.
So my name is Chad Failing. I'm a staff sergeant retired out of the United States Army. I am with Kevin Boehm under DXDT. You're getting creative. You're getting taught to think outside of the box.
We couldn't be more proud to be affiliated with this great program. In the spirit of giving back to the community and creating meaningful opportunities, we are committed to building a diverse motorsports platform with the amazing men and women who have served our country.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. This year's been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. Just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
When people hear a Till Valhalla project, the first thing they might think of is our shirts. But what most people don't know is that our plaques came first and the t-shirts came second. What some people might not know is that the same shirts that we make day in and day out allowed us to do unbelievable things for unbelievable people. Whether it's donating our proceeds to reduce veteran suicide or gifting handcrafted memorial plaques to the families of fallen heroes, these t-shirts simply stand for honor and freedom. Two words that wouldn't exist without our heroes. This makes Till Valhalla Project a place where fallen heroes truly live on forever.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with the 305 sprint cars for your nightcap. I was jacking my jaw with Clayton and forgot to get set up, but now we're set up. We're ready to go. So the nightcap is the 30-lap feature race with the 305 sprint cars. Looks like we got about 17 cars in the field tonight. We'll call the cars off the track, get the show underway. All drivers clear the track. All drivers clear the track, please. All right, gentlemen, welcome to the nightcap. The 305 Sprint Cars brought to you by A&J Custom Creations. A couple of rules we'll go over. If you finish on the podium, you don't show up for the photo or the interview EOL next week. 2 cautions in any race. You are DQ'd for the night in that division. Intentional contact is never acceptable. It will lead to a suspension. We do have a protest process if you think we missed something throughout the night. And send me a message in Discord, and we will review it throughout the week. If a penalty is warranted, we will give that next week. Don't have to worry about wall riding. Call-outs are never acceptable to other drivers of Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights, the staff of Friday Night Lights. It could be on Facebook. It could be wherever. It doesn't matter. If we see it and it is derogatory towards another driver or the staff, you will receive a suspension minimum. Blinking, first time you'll be given a warning. Second time you will be sent to the end of the line. Third time you'll be asked to park it for the night. Incidents count against your overall points for the night, so don't have any incidents. Once the caution comes out, the field is frozen. You're not going to improve your position by keeping the hammer down. We ask that you back off the throttle. Once the caution comes out, the field is frozen. With that, getting ready to go qualifying. Any questions, comments, or concerns, now would be the time. All right, gentlemen, none heard. I wish you the best of luck. We are advancing to qualifying. All right, Clayton, we've had a great 358 modified race. We've had a great pro late model race. We don't have as many cars. I'm counting 17 sprint cars. What are we looking at with the sprint cars?
Oh man, I really don't know. I don't drive these enough, but I still think, you know, it's Friday Night Lights. It's gonna be close quarters. It's gonna be hard racing. Last time we were here, if you remember, the 56 of Randy Shreves ran the ledge all 30 laps of the feature in turns 3 and 4. Not quite sure if he's going to go up there and dwindle up there again. I did try it in a practice after that night when I saw it last time. I can confirm I can't work anywhere near as smooth up there as Randy can. I don't think if that was a real race car, my team would have been too happy. I destroyed it every single time, but that is a possibility. Randy made it known last time we were here. But man, I really, like I said, kind of coming into this blind. I know the racetrack very well. I do not know the car very well, but again, I think it's still going to be good racing as always here. It's going to be tight, going to be fast. And man, we'll see. Matt Grimm. Oh, Matt Grimm's on the pole right now. I was just about to talk about him. Matt Grimm's been charging strong recently, and he's sitting on the top right now.
Matt Grimm, 13. Let me bring that up. My apologies. 13,799. Brian Dickens, P2 in the 122. James Ingram out on track in the 40 car. 17th quick, 14,623. So Matt Grimm, Brian Dickens, Joseph Grandy, Randy Shreves, Caden Berry, your top 5. As we, man, I think we're done. I think we may advance here. James Ingram still out on track, so we won't advance while he's getting some practice laps in. You know, I've never driven 305s on this, but have spent quite a bit of time in the 360, and you know, I can get the top on exit of 4, but to get up there, man, it's like they throw a parachute out the ass end of the car, and man, it is not fast. So there's Ingram wrapped it up. So we will get ready to advance to the first heat race.
Excuse me.
Heat 1 to the grid. Heat 1 to the grid, please. Matt Graham on the front row. Joseph Grandy to his outside. Caden Berry, Gavin Chatham in row number 2. Chris Cox, Donald Ingram in row number 3. Jeff Kemper, Andrew Harley in row number 4. James Ingram rounds out your field of 9 drivers. All right, leader. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Start is on leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. You got 8 laps to get it done. Everyone heading to the feature. Race hard or race clean. Good luck. Kind of interested. I've been following the Wyobe guys on Facebook. We got the 91 and the 12 in this on the inside. I know those guys are getting a ton of laps. Never count out Joseph Grandy in that 518 on the outside of row number 1. But it will be Matt Grimm that takes us to the green flag. Matt Grimm is off, opens up a bit of a lead. Joseph Grandy follows the 91 down low. Caden Berry in P3 got Gavin Chatham to his outside. A 12 car, the youngster out of New Hampshire on the inside of the 24 of Gavin Chatham. Not many do it as good as Gavin Chatham as he's holding that 12 car down low. Donald Ingram in the 10 car, currently in P5. Chris Cox in the 515 in P6. Andrew Harley in the 43. Crazy paint job on that ride. 181 of Jeffrey Kemper, the driver out of Oregon, is in P8. And James Ingram rounds out your field of 9 drivers. Up front, Matt Grimm getting it done. Driver out of Ohio, Wyobe Racing. Joseph Grandy in P2. The 518 is super quick. He's run into some really bad luck. Watch the 24. He has moved up 1, got by the 12 car of Caden Berry. Berry back in P4 up front. Matter of fact, let's go trackside and turn it up a little bit and let you guys see what this looks like. Matt Grimm with 1 lap to go at the front of the field. Coming off at turn number 4, 91. Gavin Chatham make contact. Chatham and the... I don't even know what to say. Grimm wins. Cox P2. Chatham P3. Caden Berry P4. So another rough ending to a heat race as we get ready to go to heat number 2. Heat 2 to the grid. Heat 2 to the grid, please. Brian Dickens, Randy Shreves on the front row. Anthony Marfulio, Jason Haynes in row number 2. Dylan Burks, Michael Vitale in row number 3. Kurt Schatzer, David Tormachi in row number 4. Leader, 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, once you get the 1 to go, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Start is on the leader. Everyone else, do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. You got 8 laps to get it done. Everybody heading to the feature. Race hard, race clean. Put on a great show. Good luck. Brian Dickens in that 122. Driver out of North Carolina, the dirt track bank, number 122. And my teammates got Randy Shreves to his outside. Randy Shreves is no slouch in a sprint car for sure. Anthony Marfulio in the 238. We're used to seeing that pink and black car run that bottom side. Clayton, what are you looking for in this heat race?
I'm gonna watch Randy Shreves on the outside here. I think if he can time his restart, I think Randy's sticking to the top. He might be able to get around this 122 and drive away for a heat race win.
Also, Kurt Schatzer in the field in the 18 car, another dirt track bank and teammate. I'd like to thank Michael Vitale, as always, in the 213 for his service to our country in the United States Air Force. Michael, thank you very much. Green flag is out. We're underway. Dickens gets out in front of the 56 of Shreves. Shreves follows Dickens, doesn't stay on that high outside. Jason Haynes and Anthony Marfulio will battle it out for P3. Michael Vitale in the 213 will fall in line P5. David Tormachi, Kurt Schatzer battling it out. 0-2 of Dylan Burks down low. He'll get out of the way. The 122 of Brian Dickens getting it done up front in that dirt track bank machine. Randy Shreves, P2. Jason Haynes, it looks like we got nose to tail pretty quick. Anthony Marfulio. Oh, Haynes drops down low. Will Marfulio get the run off of 4? Now Marfulio will go. Slide job coming. Crossover from Haynes. Haynes will hold the position. Those two putting on a heck of a show. Haynes down low. Marfulio up high. Michael Vitale sitting back in P5, watching the action in front of him. Those two made contact. Marfulio and Haynes. Haynes will get shuffled out of P4, move him back to P4. My apologies, he gets shuffled out of P3. Up front, Brian Dickens, Randy Shreves running a similar line on lap 6 of 8. Marfulio, Haynes, Vitale, Michael Vitale, Clayton, he's having a good run.
Yeah, he's been familiarizing himself with these. Got a couple good guys he runs with that are really good in the sprint cars. Been getting a little bit of coaching. 213's just getting familiar all around on the dirt.
Yes, sir. Kurt Schatzer is driver out of Pennsylvania, and my teammate in that Got Your Six Racing Network Dirt Track Bank 18 is P6. Up front, Brian Dickens will win the heat. Shreves, Marfulio, Haynes, Vitale, your top 5. Three minutes of warm-up. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 minutes of warm-up. We'll be right back.
Our biggest thing is getting the word out, awareness of Mission 22, the struggle as it is to fight PTSD and suicide. My name is Corey Decker. I'm the state representative for Mission 22. The issue has been great. We got a bunch of great guys that have gotten together and decided to create this rally. The word's getting out, and it's turning into quite an event where we can actually help a lot of veterans. It's a great event, but you really have to go and see it for yourself, and it's really one of those things that's an experience. That just going that weekend, we've seen how it changes people.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Grimm at the top of the board in warm-ups. We're getting ready to go 30 laps in the sprint cars right here at Lucas Oil. Feature to the grid, please. Matt Grimm, Brian Dickens on the front row. Cox and Shreves in row 2. Chatham, Marfulio in 3. Barry Haynes in 4. Ingram, Vitale in 5. Harley, Schatzer in 6. Kemper, Tormachi in 7. Ingram, Burks in 8. Joseph Grandy will round out your field of 17 drivers. All right, leader. You know the drill. 1.5 car length behind the pace truck, please. Everybody else, tighten it up. Half car length between yourself, the car in front of you. Once you get the one to go, start is on leader. Do not jump the start. Do not pass before the start finish line. 30 laps to get it done. Race hard, race clean. Good luck. So, Wyobe Racing's Matt Grimm has been on a tear of late in that 91 machine, and his teammate Caden Berry will roll off P4. So look for the Wyobe boys to try to work their way to the front. I have to take my teammate, the 122 of Brian Dickens, who will start on the outside of row number 1.
Man, that was my pick, so I'm going to drop one row back. I'm going to go Chris Cox. Don't see him up there often. I think Chris can take advantage of this track position. I think the 515 is going to park it up front tonight.
Here we go. Matt Grimm will start the race. 91 is on the loud pedal and on the front. Went down low. Slide job coming. We got 3 wide. Caden Berry not wasting any time. Youngster out of New Hampshire. He's trying to get to the front yesterday. Pulls side by side. Chris Cox stuck down low. Matt Grimm, Brian Dickens at the front of the field. Randy Shreves, he's on that outside early, Clayton. We talked about that. No one can run that outside as the caution comes out. Gavin, let's see, who was it?
On lap 2, David Tormachi just jumps the ledge and gets into the outside wall, comes back down onto the track. Definitely anticipated a little bit of a, call that a trigger finger caution. That was definitely, I saw 4 cars behind him and thought for sure we were going to have an ugly mess. So
you're trying to keep the lap 2 going, the lap 2 theme.
I guess so, yeah. I didn't even pay attention to what lap we were on. I saw him smoke the wall off of 4 and just reached over and bam, gave it a click for a caution, and definitely a little too early.
All restarts in sprint cars are single file. Matt Grimm, Dickens, Shreves, Cox, Berry, your top 5. Ingram, Marfulio, Harley, Haynes, and Vitale are your top 10. You know, every time Michael Vitale climbs in a car, man, I just get so impressed. I've watched him since he first started on the sim, and it's amazing. The improvement that people make on the sim. You want to be good the day you walk into the sim rig, but it does take some time, and you try to tell folks that. And man, here he is in that 213. He can drive about whatever he decides to drive.
Oh, and what's funny is,
go ahead.
He'll tell you he can't. He'll tell you the setup feels off. He feels horrible. He doesn't like the track, and then he'll put down the fastest lap every time.
Yeah, that's the great part. A humble driver, you can't beat it, man. Driver out of New York, his brother drives, his dad cruised the car with him. So, yeah, what a great family. Randy Shreves battled it out with the 515 of Chris Cox to his outside. Caden Berry in the 12 car, another Wyobe driver. He's running that outside. He's on the rear tail tank of the 56 of Randy Shreves. Anthony Marfulio, guess where he's running? Bottom side for the 238 with Donald Ingram to his outside, makes contact. Marfulio holds on to it. He's able to continue. We got a gaggle of cars up front. The 12 car, Caden Berry makes the pass on Randy Shreves. Shreves fights back on that bottom side. on lap 6 of 30. Shreves will slide up high, leave the top open, put Caden Berry up P4, up 3 positions from the start. Chris Cox to the rear tail tank of Brian Dickens, currently running in P2. So great battles throughout the field. Let's look towards the back. Kurt Schatzer, right in front of Kurt Schatzer, the 44, 43, and the 66. Schatzer on the high side. Thought twice about going 3 wide. Got the 43 in front of him. The 66 car down low. Schatzer, there's not many better at running that high side, man. He gets that tire. Oh, the 66 and the 43 make a little bit of contact. Right in front of the 18. All replays brought to you by the Dirt Track Bank. That's Schatzer on the high side. Watch that 66 car down low, sliding up. They make contact. Yeah, a little bit of net code, but there's the contact. I think after that contact, the 66 tried to woe it down. Kurt Schatzer was committed to the bottom. And contact was made. Around goes the 18. So the Schatzer roofing machine will head towards the back. Doesn't spin, doesn't go over though. So shouldn't have to tow. So meanwhile, back up front, Matt Grimm getting it done. YOB Racing driver. I think Sean Stevens told me these cats had like 14 sprint car drivers now at YOB. So the team from down under is expanding, I think. Again, I follow them on Facebook. It's fun to watch these guys do their thing.
Yeah, those guys got some talent for sure.
So it will be Grimm taking that long crawl down the back stretch, coming through turn 3, waiting for the exit of turn 4 for his restart. Brian Dickens to his rear tail tank. Great start by Grimm on lap 11 of 30. Caden Berry restarts. The youngster does not mess around. He gets by the 515 in a big hurry. He's in a big hurry to catch up with his teammate. Caden Berry up to P3. Chris Cox falls back to P4. Randy Shreves in the 56. Shreves now looking underneath the 515. Brian Dickens took a peek under the 91. 3 wide, coming off of 4. Dickens lifts, gives that Berry to the point. The 12 car, the youngster out of New Hampshire. Holy smokes. Contact is made. The front 2 battling it out. Berry will take the lead. Grimm P2, Cox P3. Dickens involved. There was a lot of things going on at the front of that field. 122 of Dickens was the caution. Just comes up and gets up into the 238. Around goes the 10. Caden Berry in the 12 car takes over the lead. It looks like that front end, however. Yeah, maybe not. Looks like there was damage to that front end from the view that I was looking at. I think we might be all right. 12 car of Caden Berry, YOB 1-2 on lap 14 of 30.
Donald Ingram just took a fresh car. We'll see what he's got for the rest of this race. See if he can't pick up some valuable spots.
Next lap by, we will be halfway. Caden Berry wasted little time getting to the front of the field. Youngster out in New Hampshire drives a real wing sprint car. Fun to watch those folks. Comes from a great family. So, yeah, it's fun to watch them. Matt Grimm to his rear tail tank in the 91. Chris Cox still in P3. We will see where Brian Dickens will come out 17th. I think he may have disconnected. Caden Berry up front. In the 12 car, great restart by the youngster. He gets out in front of his teammate, Matt Grimm, trying to get the field to settle out. Randy Shreves on the bottom side. Michael Vitale on the bottom side in the 213. We're not used to seeing the 56 down there. Marfulio, he's working the top side in P6. Andrew Harley gets tangled up with the 24 of Chatham, and they collect Kurt Schatzer and the rest of the field behind him. Well, we made it halfway. Again, if you're out there, greatly appreciate everyone tuning in every Friday night. This is week 9, so we have 2 more weeks, and then week 12 will not be broadcast, as I will be on a real racetrack, and then week 13 is the Dash for Cash. So we're coming down there. We got 10, 11, and week 13 left for the Gears Unlimited Friday Night Lights broadcast. And then we'll be taking a break until probably the winter. Clayton and I have something worked out. We're not totally ready to release that yet, but the winter season, we're going to create our own season. We're not going to go with iRacing's typical length of season. So, yeah, we're looking real forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Caden Berry at the front of the field. Matt Grimm, P2. Chris Cox is the final car in a podium position. On lap 15 of 30. Berry holding off the field. Green flag is out. Berry is off. Great restart by Berry. Randy Shreves took a peek underneath the 515. Clayton, I am surprised that these guys are still running down low in a sprint car. It was up high was the place to be.
Oh, I just saw for the first time Matt Grimm has found the ledge. Looks like the 18 trying to come off a pit road here. Yeah, it comes to a stop.
We'll bring
brings
out
the
the caution. While we have a moment, let's look at the Sprint Car Championship points. Caden Berry first in the points, followed by Randy Shreves, Matt Grimm in P3, Anthony Marfulio, Chris Cox, your top 5 in points. So Matt Grimm really needs to finish in front of that 12 car if he wants to make a run here for the overall championship. It appears that he is quite a few points down. However, we do have we dropped the worst 2 weeks from each driver, so the points will not be settled until week 12 is over. Pace truck is off, getting ready to go green once again. Randy Shreves, I want to watch that. The 56 car dove underneath the 515. Kind of looked like it may have surprised Chris Cox. Once again, boy, that was close at the line. Shreves down low. Marfulio into the back of Shreves. Makes contact. Everybody able to check up. Gavin Chatham working his way back through the field in the 24. Let's take a look here.
Just overcorrects. Donald Ingram there overcorrects on the bottom. Was going to hit the tire. Tried to straighten it out. Up into that 518 of Joseph Grandy.
Yes, he did. And the 40 car not looking in tip-top shape by any stretch of the imagination. So, lap 20 of 30. You got YOB Racing, our good friends from down under, at the front of the field. You got a driver from New Hampshire and a driver from Ohio that race for the YOB guys. Running 1-2. Chris Cox is P3. Randy Shreves has been trying to get by that 515 car. Yeah, we haven't announced where we're running that Week 13 $500 Dash for Cash. Still kind of checking that out, but I'm liking the racing we're seeing here at Lucas Oil. Last week was super good. So, Clayton, maybe you and I will need to talk to figure out what track. We usually don't let that out until after Week 12 where we're going to run.
I got a couple ideas.
Caden Berry at the front of the field. Matt Grimm in P2. Chris Cox, current top 3. Coming back to the green. Caden Berry fan club out there must be going nuts back in New Hampshire as he gets a great restart over his teammate Grimm. 515 slides up high. Randy Shreves is going to try to stick it down low. Can't get the momentum in that 56. On lap 21 of 30. I am surprised that these sprint cars are still running down low. Marv Julio in P5. Jason Haynes. Gavin Chatham. Holy smokes, we've got a rash of cautions coming out. Dylan Burks in that 0-2 machine. Oh, Michael Vitale just got sideways, snapped loose. We're going to have to. There's the 213 outside of Gavin Chatham. Oh, just comes down and contacts the 24, 213. Gets a little bit loose and wads up the field there. Looks like Matt Graham on his warm-up laps there, testing out that high side. We've seen that 56 of Randy Shreves climb over that bank and make that extreme high side on the flat work. As the pace truck exits, leaving the field to Caden Berry in the 12 car on lap 22 of 30. So we are getting down there. Here we go. Green flag is out. We are underway. Caden Berry out in front of the 91 of Matt Grimm. Both those drivers still working the bottom side. I gotta think they're getting instructions from the boss man. That's Sean Stevens out there. He knows something about the bottom side here. No one has ventured to the top side. 305 sprint cars rolling the bottom here at Lucas Oil. Randy Shreves in P4, one position out of a podium on lap 25 of 30. Caden Berry up front. Good run off the top. Grimm closing in.
Gavin Chatham started at the end of the line here to start the feature. He's peaking, looking top 5 right now if he can get around that 66.
We are on board with Gavin Chatham in that 24. Yeah, he's trying to get around Randy Shreves. I'm waiting for someone to go up high. I'm almost begging him to go up high. We've seen that all night. These sprint cars with that big wing on the top of them and the front wing, boy, they are digging on that bottom side. Caden Berry, we're going to have lap traffic. 40 car, those are the leaders behind you, sir. 40 car, those are the leaders. Barry able to get by lap traffic. Will Grimm get hung up? Grimm goes up high. Barry down low. Caution comes out. Just talked about the 24 of Gavin Chatham. Yikes, I'm not sure. That's why Clayton gets the big dollars.
Yeah, Jason Haynes got up in the slick there and just got a little too high up into Gavin Chatham, turned Gavin.
We will have a green-white checker. Randy Shreves finally closed the deal and put the 56 car in the final podium position. So we are going to have a 2-lap dash to the finish. Caden Berry, Matt Grimm, 1-2, and Randy Shreves, P3. Here we go. Pace truck is off. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your seats. This is going to get interesting. Caden Berry, the youngster out of New Hampshire, feeling under the weather tonight, still behind the wheel of a sim rig, giving it all he's got for his team. The YOB Racing Team out of Australia is off. Great restart by Barry. Matt Grimm in P2, Randy Shreves P3. Everyone on the bottom. Shreves had to woe it up for the 91. Barry rolling the bottom, coming to 1 to go. One lap for Barry to close the deal. On the bottom, Grimm goes a little higher than Barry. Randy Shreves P3. 2 corners to go. The 12 car of Caden Berry, his teammate, right behind him. It will be Barry up 6 positions for the win. Matt Grimm P2, Randy Shreves P3. Top 3 start finish line, please. Top 3 start finish line. Great battle to the finish. Wyobe 1-2 finish. The more those guys run, the better they get. It's been an amazing journey to watch. All right, fellas, don't forget to go up for your interviews, please. We will get a word with your top 3 as soon as I get this set up here. Get Randy Shreves up in the booth. Let's see that. Randy, this is Joe. You got me?
I got you, Joe.
Man, great run in that 56. You and Chris Cox battled it out for quite a while there, man. You finally found a way around him. How'd you get around him?
Yeah, just trying to get underneath of him. I don't know. It's just kind of hard to do when everybody's running the bottom. I don't know. I just wish I could have got around him a little sooner. I know the 2 up front, I needed to catch them guys. It's a real close race between us, but I'll definitely take a podium. We're all still close, so it's going to be a battle to the end.
Yeah, man. So I was very surprised, and I actually said on the broadcast, begging drivers to go up high. Why did the race stay down low tonight?
You know, on that last restart, I actually thought about going high, but I just didn't want to risk it. You know, it could have been there. But yeah, I just didn't want to take that gamble.
Yeah, it wasn't last time we were here, we were talking about you running over the ledge on the flat coming off of turn 4. And tonight, man, it was down low. So totally different, but another podium finish for that 56, man. Who do you want to thank for your drive to a podium finish?
I definitely want to thank my team, LGR Motorsports, Alex Berger on ABR Setup Shop, Coulter West at Redline Race Design, One Wish Foundation, Wraps and Stitches, KSB Builders, Finish Line Repair, you, Joe, for everything that you do for the league, Gears Unlimited, Clayton for the admin, and everybody for watching.
Yeah, man. Have a great weekend, and congratulations.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, man.
bring up Mr. Matt. This is Clayton in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Clayton.
Man, you led quite a bit of that race. Teammate Caden Berry there catches you, gets around you, man. What was it gonna take in that 91 to stay up front?
Well, I mean, I just needed less cautions. I'd get to a rhythm and out ahead of everybody, and then there'd be another caution. Just took one mistake because everybody was right on me, and let them guys get up there, and then Caden hit the wall there, and whoever it was below me, and we all got together and just turned into a big thing. But it was still a good race. Still 1-2 for Wyobe.
Yeah, man, absolutely. We've seen you on oh, excuse me, had quite the day today, but we have seen you recently on a little bit of a roll, man. That 91's looking good, man. You what, you got a lucky rabbit's foot or anything we should know about, or you just, just letting us finally see all the cards?
No, I'm finally getting better at qualifying is what's actually going on. I've always struggled with qualifying, and it always sets me off on the wrong foot, and I end up having to catch up the whole race. So 2 weeks in a row of getting that quick time's really been helping out, and hopefully we can keep it up through the rest of the season.
Absolutely, man. Well, congrats on another podium finish. Who do you got to thank on that 91 car?
Thanks to all the guys at Wyobe, Catalysm Computers, CNC Race Design, Speed Factory Sets, LCJ Carpentry, Stingray Rock Tools Australia, you guys, and congrats to Caden on the win.
Awesome, man. Well, I'm sure we will be talking to you again more than likely next Friday, man. Keep up the great work.
Thanks, man. Sounds good.
We'll bring up the youngster, the 12 car of Caden Berry, feeling a bit under the weather, so we'll keep it short. Caden, this is Joe. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Man, it seemed to be that restarts were the magic there for the 12 car. You were not going to be denied that front spot. How'd you get there?
I just had to roll the bottom. I have quite a bit of experience here at this place, and I know once it gets slick, it's right around the bottom, with pretty much anything. So just had to put my mind to the bottom, and once I started running the top a little earlier, I had people getting under me, so I was like, yep, time to move to the bottom. The track was just getting slicker and slicker, but hey, the experience paid off and got the win.
Yeah, man, the Caden Berry fan club was out there going absolutely nuts for that 12 car, man. It's super fun to follow you, man, in real life and on the sim. So I won't keep you. I know you're not feeling well. Congratulations on another win for the 12 car and your new team, Wyobe. Man, you've really brought something extra to that team. So congratulations, my friend. Who do you want to thank on that 12 car for your victory?
I want to thank all the guys at Wyobe and Sean. Also want to thank Cataclysm Computers, CNC Racing Design, Speed Factory, also LCJ Carpentry, and Sting Rock Tools Australia, and also my mom and dad, Cece, the Marku family, and the Ryder family, and you and Clayton.
All right, man, go get some rest, and hopefully it doesn't spoil your whole weekend, but this is a pretty good race to go get rest on, my friend, so congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Have a good weekend.
You too. Clayton, there you go. Great night here at Lucas Oil. Greatly appreciate you hanging out with me once again, ladies and gentlemen. We will actually not be back now until next Friday. So we will be only every Friday as we're cutting down our schedule a little bit. But you guys saw a great show. Thank you all for hanging out with us. Clayton, you have any last thoughts?
Oh, it was overall a great night of racing. Very, very close, very tight all night long. The guys kept it fairly clean. Heck, usually the cleanest class is the sprint cars. Had the most chaos tonight, so kind of saw the roles reverse, but still came out with a great race at the end of the night. Just super stoked to see these guys. They always put on quite the show.
Yeah, man. I wish you a great weekend, my friend. I know you're tired. Go get ready for your 12 hours at Bathurst. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. 7 a.m. tomorrow. We'll be back.
All right, man. Go get them behind the wheel this time.
Yes, sir. You got it.
All right, man. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for tonight. Greatly appreciate everyone, as always, for tuning in. And until next Friday night, wish you all a great weekend, and we'll see you.
Mission 22 is founded on the timeless principle that America's warriors are equally valuable overseas as they are within our borders. We are unwaveringly committed to the journey back home and understand the barriers our heroes face when making the often arduous and taken for granted transition home. Trauma is an opportunity. While bleeding, hidden pains of the past can never be removed. We can transform them into something brand new and beautiful. We can grow through trauma to become our community's cornerstone, the safest neighbor on the block, the strongest leader in the office, the most caring volunteer at the elementary school. The Recovery and Resiliency Program is a year-long, and it uses everything from cutting-edge biometric tools to science-backed supplements. This is a catalyst to take the deep scars suffered for our nation's sake and turn them into opportunities to direct our God-given purpose and energies as protectors toward a refreshed and meaningful life. By committing to this year-long program, you will be happier, stronger, and wiser. Your PTS and/or TBI may not leave you, but you will be more comfortable in your own skin, and your suffering will begin to have meaning. Our goal is to give warriors one thing, the truth. Let's take responsibility for our healing.